Hey guys, welcome back all of you to this channel Code Tech, and special thanks to those who are giving lot of responses and likes to the part 1 of core Python programming. In the part 1 I was covered till the features of the Python, and in today's topic we'll discuss about the execution process of a Python program with a suitable example so that you will have a better clarity and understanding. So I request all of you to see it till the end. If you like this video, then share with your friends and colleagues, and also press the bell icon so that you will get the latest notifications. So without wasting any time, let's start today's topic. See, this is the whole execution process of a Python program. The first step is to create a Python program and save it by using .py extension. See, if you not save the Python program by using .py, then the computer can take that file as a text file. So always remember that when you write a Python program, save it by using .py extension, so the computer can understand that file as a Python file. We can also say that this is a source code. Then the source code cannot be understood by the computer, so that we will process the source code by using the Python compiler or compile the source code. So it gives the output as a .pyc file, which is the compiled file of x.py. We also known as bytecode. Then the bytecode can be converted into the machine code by using the PVM. Inside the PVM there is a interpreter which converts the bytecode into machine code. This machine code also known as the binary codes, because this is shows as 1 and 0, which is the format of binary code. Then the computer can understand this machine code or binary code easily and gives the final output. Here the middle two process are the interior process, which is not shown to the user. I'll be discussing the further. So for the better understanding, I'll be write the steps here, to see it carefully. The first step is, let's assume that we write a Python program with the name x.py, where x is the file name and .py is the extension name, and save it. Then coming to the step 2, next step is to compile the program using the Python compiler. The compiler converts the source or original code to the bytecode. Then what is the bytecode? Bytecode represents a fixed set of instructions that represents all type of operations like arithmetic, comparison, memory related operations. Then coming to the step 3, the next step is to run the program. If you give this bytecode to the computer, it cannot execute them, because any computer can execute only the binary or machine code. For this purpose, we should use PVM. What is PVM? PVM is the Python virtual machine. Then coming to the step 4, PVM uses the interpreter which understands the bytecode and convert it into the binary or machine code. Then the computer can understand this binary code and display the output. Here many students have some doubt what is an interpreter. An interpreter translates the program source code line by line. Hence it is a slow process. The interpreter that is found inside the PVM runs the Python program slowly. To rectify this problem, in some flavors of Python, a compiler is added to the PVM. This compiler also converts the bytecode into the machine code, but in the faster than the interpreter. This compiler is called JIT. What is JIT? JIT means just in time compiler. It will be added to many flavors of the Python. I will be discussed in the video of flavors of Python, so don't worry. And coming to the next, this is the simple syntax to compile a Python file, and this is the simple syntax to see the .pyc file or compiled file, and this is the simple syntax to see the bytecode. See, this the last two is not important, not necessary things, but if someone asks you to find the .pyc file of a particular Python program, then simply use this syntax, and when someone asks you to find the bytecode of the particular Python program, then use this syntax. So for better understanding, I'll be giving the live example, so see it carefully. I hope you will be understand. Then open your notepad. I'll be writing a simple Python program to add you may take another programs, and hence I will write this simple program here because maybe there are some beginners who will face some problems, so I'll be write the simple program. So coming to the next, I'll be taking A and B as input as 10. And save this. I'll save this file as gyanoart.py. See here, I'll be saving this file as gyano.py, gyanoart.py, where .py is the extension which tells the computer this is a Python program. Then save it. Then coming to the command prompt, first change your directory where you saved the Python file. So I will be changing my directory here by using the cd command. So I saved my gyanoart.py file in gyano.py directory, and by using cd command I will be in gyano.py. Then the second step is to compile the program. For the compilation, simply use the syntax Python, then your file name gyano.art.py. okay, everything is okay, and the output is printed. See here, when you compile a Python program, then the interior part, that is converting the source code into the bytecode and bytecode converting to the machine code, is not shown in the command prompt. So this is the interior part and not required for us, for the users. If someone asks you to find out the bytecode of the following program, simply use this syntax here. Here Python. See, this is the bytecode of following Python program gyanoart.py. And when someone asks you to find out the .pyc or compiled file of following Python program, so simply use this syntax Python. So see, it creates a .pyc file in the directory. I'll show you. Here I'll going to the documents and then coming to Gyana.py. See, this is create a package in your directory where it saves the .pyc file, and see here Gyana r.python39 is a compiled file is available in the package inside the Gyana.py directory. So I hope you will be enjoy this video. If you like this video, then also share with your friends